let's start with our feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. We're gonna bring those arms up overhead. Maybe give me a little arch in the back if you can. We're gonna swing down, double bounce, swing the arms around and come back up. So we're gonna stretch nice and long, come on down, double bounce, and give those arms a nice circle around. Let's do that a few more times. We do every move about 8 to 10 times, give or take. So just to give you an idea of how long we will be in each little exercise, there are several of them in the warm-up. So do your best to keep those abs nice and engaged, stretching behind those legs as much as your flexibility allows for today. Let's do one more. Come down, double bounce, nice big circle of the arms. Let's bring those legs nice and wide, and we're just gonna reach forward. So you should bring your gaze about 3 to 4 feet in front of those feet. And we're reaching through, trying to keep as straight as we can behind those legs. Keeping the shoulders plugging down the back and those abs nice and engaged. Let's round the back now. Do little taps off the floor and trying to keep nice and straight behind those legs. Taking the gaze in between the legs as well. Let's combine the reach and the tap now. Reach and tap. Really giving yourself an opportunity to stretch through the move. Rather than going as fast as you can, just really go as mindfully and as intentionally as you can, getting the most out of every move here. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Now stack those hands. We're going to come up, over, and through. This is called porpoise, and it's really giving you that opportunity to engage through the spine as well as through the backs of those legs, which will be working plenty in this workout. Let's do a couple more porpoise. Now, just shoot through. So really round the spine here. Try to get as straight as you can through those legs and just shooting your hands through. Now, grab onto your shins or your ankles, whatever you can, and just pulse your chest to the tops of the thighs. Your gaze is still staying through those legs. I'll periodically look up at the camera just to engage you. Let's do a couple more. Stack the hands again and draw little figure 8s above the toes. So we're keeping the hips nice and still, but undulating through the spine, feeling some nice movement through that spine. Now, I'd like you to, I have my hands on the floor. I'm very carefully walking my feet back together, very slowly rolling up. Bring those arms overhead, bring that right hand into the right thigh and reach up and over. So now we're getting the upper body a little bit more involved, particularly the waist, stretching through that side. Let's come center, left hand into left thigh, reach up and over with the right. So you're getting some nice elongation here on your left side as you're warming up your heart, your body temperature, and getting a good stretch. Both hands come center. You can grab onto the elbows or onto the shoulder blades. It's up to you. We're going to come up and over. I feel like I get a little bit more full range of motion by grabbing the elbows and thinking up and over. And I usually get a little bit of a spinal adjustment as well, which works totally fine for me. Bring the hands down to the side. Same movement, really reaching through the sides. Everything nice and warm. Just really let your body move as freely as it can. And now bring the arm back. You can bring those feet a little closer together if you want, or even kind of move side to side as you're opening up through that shoulder, keeping the shoulder away from the ear. Belly tries to stay as nice and tight as you can. And let's reverse on the opposite side, opening up as big as we can. Nice big arm circles, making sure we're not going to slap anything or anyone behind us. Now, let's come up in the front and imagine we're slapping those hands behind us. So up, over, and back, getting the chest involved, still raising that core body temperature. And now we're going to do one more breathe. Just keep the arms at the side, little bend in the elbows, up and over, tiny figure 8s with those hands. Thinking about keeping those shoulders plugging down the back. Okay, keep the palms solid. or keep them steady, and imagine we're hitting the wall behind us. So you should be feeling this in the pectoral muscles, which are your chest muscles, biceps and triceps also warming up. Now just go up. So this really gets the biceps and triceps fired up. Still getting that chest nice and warm. Still imagining those shoulders plugging down my back, which engages those shoulder blades as well. Make fists, little circles back here. And I'm just kind of like moving through my legs, never wanting to lock out those knees. Keeps everything nice and safe. Bring the hands center. Nice soft bend in the elbows, and we're clapping the air here. And also, again, feeling those chest muscles popping up and down. Now, I want you to bring the hands together. Bring the arms overhead, and we're just hitting a wall, an imaginary wall behind us. Here, keeping the belly engaged. Think abs up and in toward the spine. Shoulders tracking down the back. We're not hunching up here at the ears. Now just bend and extend those elbows. Getting the arms nice and warm. Keeping a nice controlled breathing pattern. And let's bring the arms down to the side and do some nice big shoulder rolls back, really opening up through that chest. Let's bring the hands to the shoulders. Try to touch the elbows. We're going to close and open here. Again, it's all about getting that upper body nice and open and warmed up before we get into our workout. This warm-up is extremely thorough, gets the whole body engaged, and just feels really good. So now let's bring the arms down to the side. Grab the skin on the forearms. I'm grabbing and just pushing the skin up. So my hands are not moving up, I'm actually pushing the skin up. And if you're doing it right, you'll start feeling, see the chest muscles popping up. Let's bring the arms down to the side. Let's get that neck nice and stretched. So I'm taking a peek over my right shoulder. Center, left, center, right, center, left. Come center. Just drop that head to one side. You can even walk the opposite hand down. I always mess that up. Drop it to the other side. Walk the opposite hand down. It gives you a little bit more of a stretch through that neck. And now very slowly go shoulder to shoulder, giving yourself a little head roll. All right.